In this tutorial, I will show you 4 different ways how to color clouds in your lake coloring pages. First, we have to briefly explain the shape principle of clouds. It helps if you imagine clouds as being a collection of spheres. Choose where your light source is coming from, and then imagine how the shadows fall on the individual spheres. Pick which spheres you want to emphasize and merge the others together to keep it more loose and natural. Now that we know the basics, we can apply this method to different types of coloring styles. For this tutorial, I chose a drawing from Sarah Holliday from her book Mindful in Nature. The first technique is the most simple. Choose a slightly darker and more saturated color than your base, and with the acrylic tool, add shadows following the imaginary spheres of the cloud. And with only this one simple step, your cloud already looks way better. Touch up the shape of the cloud with the base color if needed. The second technique uses the watercolor tool, which helps you achieve a smoother transition between colors and also looks more realistic. We're using a different tool, but the basic principles we mentioned in our first part stay the same. With this technique, the cloud looks way more soft and fluffier. In the next cloud, we take it one step further, adding more depth and vibrancy with another color for shadows and a simple highlight. For this example, I used a more pinkish color to simulate the colors of the clouds at sunrise. I recommend turning down the opacity for your second color to get more subtle color transitions. Then, select a lighter white color and add small highlights on the sides facing your light source to make the cloud look more 3D. For the last and the most advanced technique, I followed all the steps we mentioned previously. Here, you don't have to be as precise as before. You only roughly position the shadow and highlight colors. And now comes the fun part. Select the smudge tool. The smudge tool is great for realistic-looking clouds, since it gives you a different effect every time, depending on how you move your pencil around the drawing. Here, you are not coloring, so to say, but think of it as pushing and blending your colors around. For this coloring page, I found that a smaller brush size works best. If the clouds are bigger, I recommend selecting a bigger brush size to achieve the desired effect. Then, do up and down half-circular motions, emphasizing the roundness of the cloud, keeping in mind that it's a collection of spheres. This may take a while, so do it as many times as you want until you are satisfied with how your cloud looks. If you mess up, you can always undo, push the other color out of the way, or add more of the desired color back to your coloring page. And that's it! The colors you choose for your clouds depend on the weather and the time of day you want to represent in your drawing. During sunrise or sunset, the colors tend to be more intense, ranging from deep blues and purples to warm yellows and oranges. On a sunny day, clouds appear whiter with a slight bluish tint. In rainy weather, however, clouds look heavier, duller, and more gray. No matter the weather or time of day you choose to color, the most important thing is to enjoy the process. Happy coloring!